quite like it's so many people so whom I know already. So if I say any mistake, so please pardon me and sorry, okay? So before I start, who else use here a wearable device in your daily life? Oh, what do you use, Sarah?
Garmin, a smartwatch.
Okay, you?
Yeah, me too.
Smartwatch. What was the main disadvantages you found in that wearable device? Disadvantage, not advantage. Yes.
Charging it every second day.
True.
Not so precise.
Okay. So, Sebastian, even you use a smartwatch?
Yeah, smartwatch.
So what was the disadvantages? One disadvantages.
That I don't want to use normal watches anymore.
Oh, very smart. So now let us go in detail about like how many categories the wearable devices has been categorized. The first is a fitness tracker, second is a smartwatch, then the headwear, smart clothes and smart jewelries. These are the main five categories all the wearable devices fall into. Fitness trackers, everyone know example is a Fitbit. So need not to go in detail more because it just gives the information of the heart rate or the pulse rate of the body. Smartwatches, just for the notification purpose or to receive the calls or something else. Headwears, for example, a Google Glass, it's also called as an eye-tap technology. Then the smart clothes, where our Trainwear and Google Project Jacquard. Who have heard about Google's Project Jacquard? Anyone of you? No? It is a first, like not first, like a first wearable jacket produced by the Google, which gives the person information about a Google map. It's an interactive device which can be attached to the jacket while you're cycling. You can like interact with that device to know, like to tap Google calls or to take the calls or just to see the Google Maps and all. It is still an ongoing project. They do not have a proper working prototype yet. A smart jewelries. Who knows a smart ring here? Who know what does a smart ring does? Okay, smart ring is connected to a mobile application. It helps only to receive a call. It has a working prototype. They are also selling it. Just receive and say, hello, I'm here and I'm in Afghanistan or somewhere. So we'll go in detail with all these examples. For me, the very interesting is smart finger. Do you know what does it do, smart finger? You have to, tell me.
I don't know, but maybe to unlock the mobile phone?
No. No. Okay. A two device, it's a smart finger, finding the finding the thickness of your, furnitures. If it is, that is what smart finger does. So you all know, who knows smart belt? Okay, smart socks. Okay, smart socks is really very, very important and people are crazy about it because people like what it does is it usually have a pressure sensor inside the socks. So it tracks in what motion you are doing or how much pressure you have been applied on that socks. The same goes to the shoes. It's only for athletes and the runners who are crazy about to be fit. It gives like how much pressure you have applied on the shoes, whether you are running in a proper speed or not. So it's not for me. Well, oh, sorry, I forgot. Implantables. Who knows implantables? Anyone?
I know there's a person, she has some sensors also in her plants to feel whenever there's an earthquake around the world.
Oh, okay.
And there is a guy having a camera
on the top of the head?
Like, I think he's visualizing, no, he is transferring colors into sound or something.
Okay, those are all two. So implantables, for example, they implant these sensors inside the body. For example, an audio signal. Your favorite music can be implanted in the form of a tattoo or something and just scan it to give the feed, like just to access your music. Mikhail, yeah?
I think in Sweden it's really popular to get those implants for unlocking the doors or paying for all that stuff. So you don't
Nice.
use the cards, you just put it in your hands.
It's very handy. Yeah, it's very handy. Thank you. So, where all these wearables came from? Sorry, I'm taking the video. So the first wearable, like it's still now it's considered as the forefather of wearables. A Chinese people developed an abacus in a form of a ring, which can, like it's like a 9 rows. You can calculate like a mathematical calculations like how you do in a normal abacus table. They converted that into a small ring. So good. And also I give another example. You know, a pocket watch where you can, like in 17th, 18th century, they had a pocket watch to just check. That is also called as a wearable device because it was giving the GPS like a tracking, where to go, where not to go. So the second one is in 1907. It's a first GoPro. It is called as a Pigeon Go. It was invented by a German inventor. So what he basically did was he attached a simple camera to this pigeon. It was a homey's pigeon, like a pigeon which we are trained, like a dog or someone, like pet pigeon. So it basically didn't shoot a video, but it had a timer which captures the picture every second or every minute. So this was like a quite very good, like a aerial photography. What we do now, GoPro. We all use, right? You use. Sebastian uses it. GoPro. So, who knows the father of wearables? Steve Mann is was an MIT student. Now he has done a PhD, and we consider him as the godfather of wearable technology. What he basically did was he tried to develop a wearable device which can be worn to the head, which is one lens, a video recorder connected to the right eye. It's same like a Google glasses. It recorded the data what he was seeing on the right eye only. Right eye only. So that was his first wearable device. It was like this. Later on, it converted to be like this. Now it is similar to the Google eyeglasses. Well, it wasn't like, what is that? It was a failed project due to many technical issues and also few personal stuffs for the body and the eye. Now I think so they have come up with all those disadvantages and making it work good. Okay, we saw all these wearables, and yeah, everyone are interested to now build a wearable device who has really passion in it. When I was in when I was doing my bachelor's back in India, at that time, India was really facing one particular problem for women's safety. At the time of 2015 or 16, well, it was quite high range that women were not secured. I came up with an idea of some stupid bus device attached to a bus which says something and all. So when I spoke about this stupid idea with my friends and colleagues to just say, okay, this is my idea, nobody encouraged me because it was stupid. So later on, after I got all the criticism and bad reviews and feedbacks, then I spoke to a lecturer. He said that go and research on wearables. Learn what are wearables, how can it be used. At that time in bachelor's, not that intelligent or not that smart, so I just started writing down everything, what can be implemented. I started with a regular watch without any sensors inside it, only GPS and just a tracker or a phone call. So later on, one of the lecturers said like a pulse sensor. So that's how this smart self-defense idea came up with. I'll explain you how it works. For example, I'm wearing this watch. A person is attacking me. Imagine she is attacking me. Obviously, if it is a normal person, the people heartbeat will be 60 to 100. Yeah. If she's attacking me, I'll be in a panic mode. I'll be like, my heartbeat will be very anxious, and I will be very tense and scared. So at that time, there are two categories. The first category is, while I'm speaking to some other person also, my heartbeat increases. While I'm crossing the road, also my heartbeat increases. So that's where the vibrator pitched in. So when she's attacking me, I am running, and I'll be not in a conscious to off the vibrator. So there was a 2 minutes of gap where if I'm not in danger, I'm crossing the road, I would have off the vibrator and said, okay, I'm not in danger. Someone is attacking me, I'm running, I'm least bothered, watch starts vibrating, and then the GPS tracks the signal of my phone, and there is a SIM card inside this watch which sends the longitude and latitude information of that victim to 3 persons. One was police, one for family, and one friend. So this was the 3, like we would have already put some phone numbers inside the watch. The main advantages of this was there was no Wi-Fi required, just a satellite. Wherever you go, there will be a satellite, even in a rural area. So it tracks longitude and latitude. GPS will track this and then sends via GSM module. So you can also ask how the receiver, at the receiver end, we have already developed application called Active. So first you receive a longitude and latitude in the form of a normal SMS. When you click that normal SMS, it goes to this application and gives the exact location of where really the person is. Either they can call or just go or call to nearby police station or some relative who is near to it. And this is still a working prototype in India. This is how the total prototype looks. And I know that it's too big as of now because it was my bachelor thesis. So everything was prepared by us, 4 girls. So we couldn't obviously do in smartwatch. So it is too big. So this was the Arduino board, and this was battery and longitude, latitude, and this was really working. So this was the motivation for me to get into wearable field. So after all those bachelors in India, it is not quite common to go to do masters. But I had that passion that, okay, let me just go and see how the outside world is. Just came in to do my masters. When I was in my third semester, I got a mail, like a Facebook notification that a person is looking for a signal processing something. So I just entered this Trainwear. So from here, it will be all about Trainwear. Before I go in detail, let's have a few minutes of fun. So, as you can see me, I am not fit, okay? Can someone give an example, how should I really become thin? Few examples, what you do, Sarah, to maintain your health? I don't want to go to gym, I don't want to eat a diet meal. So, what you will suggest me? No. Dancing, seriously. I'll bounce then. Anyone goes to gym here? Sebastian? He's out of it. Mikhail? Sometimes. Okay. So when I ask the same question, okay. When I ask this same question whenever I go to some people, so the first will be a personal trainer. A personal trainer, a person who teaches us by giving their own time. It's too expensive because I am not earning that much to spend on a personal trainer, basically. So that's out. Fitness application. Who else have really tried fitness application? You have tried, does it work?
No.
No.
5 days.
You were, but it worked. Something, you got apps or something.
I did it for 5 days.
That's all?
Yeah, then it was boring.
Oh, yeah, as usual. Serious?
Yeah, but well, it was not on the mobile, it was the Xbox. And that was quite funny because they have this tracking thing where they try to see if you're doing it right or not. And that took a while just because my room is not so big.
Oh.
I had some problems with detecting me, so I gave up.
Okay.
But it was funny.
Funny, yeah. Entertainment. So, well, I cannot use it because without a trainer I cannot, if I do any mistakes, then first of all I am fat and I don't want to go to hospitals. So books and magazines, no. Books and magazines are out because we don't even read a Java book or a C++ book. How can people expect to read books and magazines for fitness? It is also out, we don't want. Gym, I cannot go to gym and lift weights, so it's out. Wearable devices. Who used wearable devices for fitness? You? You do? You do? Okay, what does it give? Heart rate, how much calories you have burnt?
Yeah, calories, steps.
Yeah. Okay, but it collects only the vital data. We'll talk about it later. So with all these competitors, okay, why are you going too fast? Fine. So now here is a solution for all the people who doesn't want to be dependent on personal trainer or books or magazines. Trainwear, ta-da! So it's basically an IoT device. How IoT? It's just a wearable device which is connected to internet and wireless communication and has some artificial intelligence technologies which I'll explain you in detail, and basically gives you the feedback whether you're doing exercise in a right way or a wrong way with the help of this AI process. So now I spoke all about how to become fit, right? But basically, to be very frank, I didn't join this company to become fit. I joined this company to make others fit. So, Trainwear. It sounds really cool. So what are its features? The first is you get experts' knowledge. Basically, when a person is developing an application, like a sports application, he really do not speak to some sports guy and gym guy to know what are, like how to eat or how to be nutritious. So in our application, we get the expert knowledge because we have a person who is of 11 years trained. So we get all his information and put it in our application. The second is automatical training logging. The second is easy creation of training plans. When people want to be fit, they have to create their own training plan to maintain their diet. So besides this, you will also receive a training plan suggestions from our experts. Then you can access to exercise videos and description, not an animated one, but a person who has that experience will do this. Access to Trainwear community. Why this is very important is, without the other person in our life, we won't really get motivated. We need another person to get motivated, to do all these gyms and all, to see and just to ask how to build our muscles or something. Advantages. With all these features, we also have few advantages. The first is all-in-one product, mobile application, and also a hardware. Second is two-way interaction, a person and a hardware. Second is, with this you can easily reach your goals. Well, not yet tried, but we'll try it. You can prevent yourself from injuries in the gym if you do any wrong exercises. The next is motivation. You can train yourself independent of time or while you're traveling, which saves lots of time, and a Trainwear community. Now, what this Trainwear t-shirt really has. Just pass it on. Just pass it on. as you can see, this is called as a pressure sensor. A pressure sensor, like this is conductive silver metal. In between there is a sensing material. So how does this work? When two sensor materials are connected like this, placed like this in the form of a matrix, in between a black color sensing material, it forms a sensing point. When two metals, these are called as a sensing points in the matrix. So we have already programmed this entire matrix to goes in the form of this. We receive a signal in a form of a matrix. So you can see where the pressure has been applied on this pressure sensor. For example, the bicep. We place this on the muscle. So we place this, and you start doing bicep curls like this. So obviously the pressure has been applied on this. We receive this data via wireless communication into your laptop. So it's in the form of matrix, but we convert this matrix in the form of a signal. You can just show it. Yeah, for this sensors, actually there should be a direct contact to the skin, but we made a small mistake there. You should really need a direct contact to the skin to get a proper data, and it is also not stretchy. So that's why we have used a compression t-shirt where we have sewed this inside the t-shirt so that it gets stretched and we get a proper data. So this is how the first prototype has been assembled in Deutsche Telekom 2017. So as I explained before, the data, how we receive the data. This is a pressure sensor. When he's doing the bicep curls, two sensors data are sent to the phone. First raw data is sent to the phone. Raw data is then converted into a visualization where the pressure is applied in the matrix. So this raw data is again sent to the laptop to get trained. Direct raw data has been trained with the help of artificial intelligence algorithms like CNN. This phone and laptop connection is between, we have used a Wi-Fi connection. So in this laptop, I'll show how we receive the data. We receive the data in form of this. Obviously, it cannot be explained with this. I'll explain it later. These images for the bicep curls has been trained in using CNN. Images are trained. So usually image classification has been used here.
Can I ask something?
Now, yeah.
What exactly is trained now? Does it do a classification for what kind of muscle is trained, or
no? It does.
What happens?
No, it does train how many repetitions has been done with the peak countation, and also it classifies whether it's a banana form curls or it is just a right execution.
Okay.
So, 1 second. Once we receive the data to this laptop, it is written. Program is written in Java. in Eclipse, like a server end program. So in this side, we convert the raw data into the signal form. So we receive these kind of signals where you can easily identify how many repetitions that person has done. I will and also you can see the error rate between these two peaks. For example, if this is a right execution and if it is a wrong execution, you can easily identify which and classify it. So we tell a person, while recording the data, we told Lorenzo to do first this form of data, like a right execution, and then do a wrong execution, and then do a wrong execution different types, so that we receive the data like according to it. I'll show you how we received it. Yeah. This is the recorded data, what we did like a week before. The first you can see is the entire is a bicep curls, the right execution, and you can really see the points, how many times he has done this repetition. We count according to this peak maximum thing. The second one was a bicep curls, which was a fast execution. So you can easily differentiate which one is what. And it's a body movement, and the third one is a half range. This is for bicep, a left one, means a left sensor. So we take left and right and we merge it, and we see if the data both are in the same. This is the same goes for push-ups, and same goes for, this is not bicep, it's a deadlift. So who used the TensorFlow here? TensorFlow? Okay. Anyone? Okay. Who has heard about a continuous video classification? Continuous video classification, where a person, it was an experiment where a person recorded the data of a football, like in a TV, a football, and the ad was going on. He recorded the data for some time, like 15 minutes. Then he classified it based on frames. He took that video and made it into 10 frames, like 10 frames per second, and then he started training that data. He took the image and he trained the data by using a TensorFlow by using convolutional neural network. We not yet started with this. We're going to start next week, because the data was what we had collected was not proper, because sensor 3 was not giving a proper data, and it was an issue of hardware. So we have not yet trained our t-shirt yet. So I cannot go in detail without knowing the concept of how it really worked or not. So, who are business students here? Business students. Okay. Giro is a business student, I know. Okay. Target market for the Trainwear. So there are 160 million people who wear or like wearables. And we target between the group of 25 to 44, because we really need a person who is really earning a good amount, because the t-shirt costs more than 200 euros. So I don't want to say it, but it's a secret, okay? Don't say it to anyone. The second one is serviceable available market. So as we are targeting only Germany, so SAM will be around 32.12 million people using only smart clothing. As I said, there are 6 categories, so only 20% of people are interested in smart clothing. The third is, I am just an Android developer, so only Android, and we are targeting only Android users. So it will come across 1 million, because some people are not that rich to buy iPhone like me. So With this margin, production cost is less than 200 euros. We have thought that production cost is 200 euros with all the Arduinos, all the Adafruit boards. The thing which I sent is developed by us from DFKI. We developed our own hardware. That is like what capacitance or what resistance or what processor we want to add inside that board. So the price willingness was, when we did an online survey, it was between 400 and 600. People are too rich, so they want to buy our product with the range of 200, 600. So we come across 100% to 200%. So with all this, how do we really make money? That's a big question, right? After all the development and all is done, we have to think about to get money back. We sell the product as a whole package, t-shirt, phone, and also the audio feedback thing. You can also rebuy the t-shirt, like one set of t-shirt, because you sweat every time, so you can also rebuy the t-shirt with very less price. And in-app services, like premium, you can unlock this feature to get more thing. This is a short demo. This is a demo from the first prototype.
Schnelltasten für Barrierefreiheit. 12 Elemente sonst gleich aus.
Huh? Okay. Yeah. So he's the person whom we record the data from. All the hardwares and all are developed from DFKI. It's a hardware lab where, like, whenever we want to change something, we go to this hardware, DFKI hardware lab, and we start doing this because this is the product of DFKI. So, who are wearable technology users? People who are very curious to know what does the smartwatch do or what does the Google do or Google Glasses do. So those people they are categorized as curious people. The second is a controller, just to take over, like control his life with all those smart things were owned by him. Quantified self, he want really a qualified life, like a qualified life with getting a feedback from a smartwatch. The last person is a self-medic, like a person cannot depend on any doctors or someone to get to know whether he's really sick or something. He's a very independent person. So we categorize these four people as their users. So what to keep in mind while you're developing a wearable device? Do not replicate what you have seen in Google or what people say, or just do not think that, okay, I can just pick and match every sensor and just make my own product. That doesn't really work. You have to really think what like a user experience, what he really needs. If there is a problem, then only build a wearable device, or else like just drop it. Like design, like you design it, like design a hardware. Just don't use Raspberry Pi or just don't use Arduino boards. If you design your own Arduino or own hardware, you can really control your own boards, like how we do here. We just connect the hardware to this Arduino.c. Who has used Arduino.c? Yeah, we just connect this and we can control our own like a hardware, what type of data we want, how the data has to be received on the receiver end. So the next, where it went. The next is size, like one size do not fit all. For example, people like me will be fat, people like other person will be very fit. So just do not produce one single thing. Like just produce 2 or 3 so that you can really use those products on someone else. For example, a watch to remove all these clips, like for thin person or a fat person or a person who is fit. Next, security, all of above. Device security, hardware security. A cloud security for the storage of your data. A link security is nothing but a wireless communication. Right now we are like there is no security in our all the three, like device, cloud and link. As we are still a startup, we are not concentrating on that yet. Yet security is really important, like in everyone's life. The last one is think on low power. This is a battery. It's called as a Leopold battery. It's very, very heavy. It comes for 3 to 4 days continuously, 24 hours, but it's too heavy. You can just see. So it is a disadvantage for us because nobody can wear that battery and start doing the exercises. So we are changing that battery into something like a bandage. So think like about the battery before proceeding into wearables. Then we are a team of 6. So here's Lorenzo, he's a person, a sports scientist. Then it's me. These 2 people have done PhD from DFKI, like artificial intelligence. These 2 people guide me and we 3 work together. And he is basically a hardware developer. He has ages of experience in hardware. Whatever we want, we get produced by him. So after all these things, who I really am? Well, I'm Jeevitha Prabhakara from India, a South Indian. So I'm how we train the data to act very good. I'm a professional Indian classical dancer from past 16 years. I have given more than 15 performances in Germany, yet not fit. I agree with that. So I hold a Guinness World Record in 2013 for dancing on plates by balancing things, and also a Limca Book of Record. So that's me. Thank you. If you have any questions to ask me, if I try to explain or answer in a knowledgeable way. Yeah.
How is the experience?
Oh, thank you.